All right, let's dive into one of the biggest, most profound questions humanity has ever asked itself. In a universe just packed with stars, where is everybody? You know, it's a question that really gets to the heart of who we are. When you look up at the night sky, are you just staring into an empty void? Or is it possible that someone or something is looking right back at us? And this famous picture, the pale blue dot, just drives that feeling home. See that tiny little speck? Yeah, that's us. That's everything. Now think about this. Just in our galaxy, there should be billions of planets like ours. With those kinds of odds, you'd think the universe would be absolutely buzzing with life, right? And this isn't some newfangled idea either. People have been asking this forever. I mean, as the astronomer royal Martin Rees said, it's one of the oldest questions there is. It connects us way back to our earliest ancestors, who are probably sitting around a fire, looking up at the same stars, and wondering the exact same thing. So, for thousands of years, it was just a philosophical question. But then, in the 20th century, it took a really sharp scientific turn. And it didn't happen in some high-tech lab. Nope, it happened over lunch, thanks to one of the most brilliant physicists who ever lived.
Okay, picture this. It's 1950, you've got these absolute giants of physics, Enrico Fermi, Edward Teller, and a few others, and they're just walking to lunch at Los Alamos, and they're laughing about this silly cartoon they saw in the New Yorker, blaming a bunch of UFO sightings on aliens who were supposedly stealing trash cans from New York City.
So they're joking around, the conversation moves on to other things, and then, right in the middle of it all, Fermi just blurts it out. Where is everybody? And his friends? They got it instantly. They knew he wasn't asking who was late for lunch. He was asking about the entire universe. And boom, right there, the Fermi Paradox was born. It's this huge, really unsettling contradiction between what should be and what is. The math, the probabilities, they all scream that the universe should be teeming with civilizations. But when we actually look and listen, we get nothing. Just silence. And the logic is just so simple, it's what makes it so powerful. Okay, so step one. Our galaxy is incredibly old and mind-bogglingly big, with billions and billions of planets that could be like Earth. Step two. With that many chances, it just seems inevitable that intelligent life would pop up somewhere else, right? Step three. And you'd think that over billions of years, at least one of those advanced civilizations would have spread out and colonized a galaxy, or at the very least sent out a signal we could hear. But step four, we've got zip, nada, no alien signals, no spaceships, not a shred of evidence. It's just quiet out there.
This cosmic quiet is what scientists call the Great Silence, and it's driven them crazy for decades. I mean, one physicist, Stephen Webb, actually wrote a whole book listing 75 different possible answers to the paradox. But the solution we're going to talk about today, well, it's easily the most chilling one of all.
And what's so wild is that this answer, this theory that's getting a lot of attention, it doesn't come from a stuffy scientific paper or a big research grant. Nope. It comes from a science fiction novel. And it's an idea so powerful, so downright terrifying, it makes you look at that silence in a completely different way. The idea is from the amazing sci-fi author Lou Sixian, and it comes from his book, The Dark Forest. So here's the core of it, the dark forest hypothesis. It says, the universe isn't silent because it's empty. It's silent because everyone is hiding. It's not an empty room. It's a dark forest full of hunters, and every hunter is listening, silently. And the number one rule in this forest is you never, ever make a sound. Because to reveal your location is to invite your own destruction. And this isn't just some campfire ghost story. Leo Sixian lays out his case with this really cold, brutal logic. He calls it cosmic sociology, and believe me, its conclusions are absolutely ruthless. Okay, so the logic is terrifyingly simple. Let's walk through it. First, the most important thing for any civilization is survival. That's rule number one. Second, space is huge, so you can't really communicate or build trust between species that are light years apart. It's practically impossible. Third, because of that, you can never, ever be sure of another civilization's true intentions. Are they friendly? Are they hostile? And you can't know how advanced they are. They could be millions of years ahead of you. So what's the safest move? The only 100% safe bet is to wipe out any new civilization you find before it has a chance to wipe you out. And the final conclusion? The only winning move is not to play. You stay silent, you stay hidden, period. The book gives this perfect, brutal example. You have the last survivors of humanity fleeing on different starships. And what do? Do they band together? Nope. They start hunting each other down to steal resources. It's a perfect little model for the whole theory. When it's about pure survival, everyone else is a potential threat.
So this really leaves us with two totally different ways to look at the Great Silence. On the one hand, maybe the silence means we really are all alone in the galaxy, the only ones. Or the silence could mean the galaxy is absolutely packed with intelligent life, and every single one of them is terrified, hiding in the dark, just like maybe we should be. Which brings us to a really uncomfortable final question. For decades now, we've had programs like SETI, actively broadcasting messages out into space. We've been shouting into the cosmos, "Hello, we're here." But if the universe really is a dark forest, is that the single most dangerous thing we could ever do? It's a thought that takes that big, empty silence and suddenly fills it with a sense of dread.